Good morning. It's February 22nd, and we got about 2 hours of pre-market, and then we'll see market open. So I wanted to follow up on our weekend update, the recap, and just a few things I want to go through. So SPY, we're looking for a pullback around the 10 simple on the weekly. It looks like pre-market we're gapping down about 0.75%. About $3 on SPY. Let's go to the daily. Looks like we're touching the 21, so potentially by market open, we're going to get a bit of bounce, possibly till 10 simple if the 21 holds. And just a quick look at everything else. So Tesla, I was looking for a push up to meet the cross. It doesn't look like we might get that. Let's see a lower time frame. Remarket might show us a little bit different story. Interesting. Okay. So pre-market looks like we came pretty close to it. I may I may say that that's about met. You're off by $6. So shame on me. But we're pretty close. So we're looking like we're finding a current support at the 200 exponential on the 4 hour. On the daily, failure to hold this area, which could offer a potential bounce at market open. However, this is looking pretty nasty. Looks like we're on our way to meet some of the further targets, and we might validate this potential bull scenario on Tesla. Looking at Facebook, I was saying that I was probably going to get some hate because a lot of people I know are bullish on Facebook for whatever reason. I'm looking for this to come down. So the pattern I'm seeing here is a descending triangle. Looks like pre-market, we're hitting the 200 simple moving average. All the moving averages are kind of converging and pointing down. Looking at the weekly, looks like we're going to get across. So on a shorter time frame, I'm probably looking for support actually where we're at now. I am looking for this to hold, failure to hold this area. We're going straight down, and it might not make this cross too important. We might come back up and just do a bullish engulfing or some sort if we find support in the 50. So I'm looking for a bit of a meetup to the cross here. That's an ideal scenario for a clean play of a down leg. Now, if we can hold this line, we're going to look for another potential pop to around 270s, mid 270s, and eventually I'm looking for a breakdown, but we'll take it one day at a time. Apple looks like we are going lower. So we're going to try to find support at the 21, which is very important. We must hold the pivot of 126. And that's on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Okay, let's go on the pre-market. See what we did. So I'm going to move this over here. I want to see this pivot hold. This 126. If this doesn't hold, then we'll have to reassess. But right now I'm looking for a bounce to meet up with the weekly. Well, that will be a retest of the 50 exponential on the daily. But I'm looking for a bounce into this 21 area, which is around the pivot, very important. And I want to get a retest of the 10 simple. And then possibly another down leg. If it gets above it on a close, on a weekly close, then we could potentially look at a different formation. But for now, that's what I'm looking at. AMD, we're still looking like we're going down to the pivot and kind of wedging still. So we do have a nice formation. At least we can follow this. Again, this area is very important. I'm just going to note that there. Break of that, we're looking substantially lower. So let's keep an eye on that. Ooh, weekly looks like after this candle, we got confirmation of another bearish candle here. We're looking like we're going down a little bit. We had that error from this weekend. Let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, so when we close below the 10 simple, looks like we are looking to go down to 21. That's where that arrow is. Let's see how that plays out this week. NVIDIA. Looks like we're going to open below the 10 simple. 10 simple is going to open on this first dot. And I have my line of sand here. We need to stay above this in order to get this nice bullish play right here, an ascending triangle. So opposite of the descending triangle that we saw on Facebook, we are looking for these targets if we can remain above this yellow line and an ascending triangle. Let's go down that too. Walmart. Let's take a look at I was looking for a bounce here. Yeah, I was looking for the 200 on the daily to hold. What's it doing pre-market? And it looks like it's just consolidating. Hopefully it's not necessarily a bear flag. We'll keep an eye on it. We need to get above the 10 simple here on the 4-hour, and then we could see some upside. But yeah, I'm looking for upside into somewhere around this area to kind of fill a little bit of this gap area. Beyond Meat, still, well, this is the only one that's slightly green on the pre-market. It might be coming out to test the 21 exponential. Keep an eye on that too, especially this cross. Keep that. GME. Let's look at it lower. Yep. Okay, so GME, I was looking for a little bit of upside just to meet up to this area. It looks like we did on pre-market. I'm not too surprised as there's less liquidity, but we're wicking straight down out of that zone. So that is so far a good play. We need to get above this area for anyone to have some hopes of the 60s. So keep an eye on that. I'm still looking for lower targets, but we have dropped significantly. So I will keep an eye on this one because we could potentially be breaking out for a bit of a scalpy play. So let's keep an eye on that too. AMC, I love these meme stocks. Kind of the same thing. I think we need a little bit more clarity here, but we're converging here, so we're squeezing, and this is going to move soon. BlackBerry's looking down. I think I was still looking around this area, so we got a long ways to go. We are in between the 200s exponential, but it looks like we're trading below it, so that's not good. Next up on the 4-hour is going to be that 377. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, let's see what happens with this 50 MA on the daily. I wouldn't be trading this because we have this pretty nasty cross up here, but if this skyrockets up to it, that's a clear signal right there. Alibaba, trading down. We're looking about this area right here on the 200. Looks like we're aiming for that. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm still looking down, so that's good. This one, I was looking for a little bit more upside, somewhere around the 150, but I mean, you're so close, there's not that much meat left in here. So I would more likely be looking for a short or setups for short, potentially down to the support area. Let me, somewhere around there. So let's keep an eye on that too. SOS, down, down, then up. So I'm looking for a 10 simple touch. See this orange line? That's your pre-market. So it looks like we are on our way. Potential top. we are, looks like we're engulfing this previous daily close. So dots on target. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix down to the 50. You might get a potential bounce at the open. Let's see on a lower time frame. How's pre-market looking? You got a gap down, so that's good in the sense that you could be looking for a fill here, but you really need to hold this. This is kind of the line in the sand. Put a little bit of let's hold for hope. Okay. And Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's looking down. So we're right there. We're finding a little bit of support around the 4-hour 50 MA and 50 MA. Let's look at the 12-hour. Yeah, so that's in line with the 21 exponential at 12-hour. And that's in line with the 10 simple. So we may see a small bounce, but it will probably cap it around here, potentially. If it gets above that, then I'd probably do a little scalp, but this is looking a little bit of a warning. So we got a cross down here, a bit of a negative slope on the strength. Yeah, but I think if we get below the 51,000 area, then that's a bit of a flag, a red flag to be thrown out there that we're probably looking lower. Because right now we're trading just under this support zone, and there's not much in here, but the moving averages. So it's okay for now, but just keep an eye on the 51,000 area, just that whole range. If we end up breaking that on, let's say, a 4-hour, preferably a 12-hour candle, then we could be looking for further downside. All right, thanks, guys. Just bear with us as we get our footing into how to do this, so we can make some faster videos for you. But until then, enjoy your week, trade safely, and we'll see you on the next one.